Why do you think every Asian person...
Greetings, everyone. This is a shot of whiskey, and yes, I have decided to turn back the hands of time and eviscerate the imprudent nonsense that was created by Hillary Clinton's fan club. Why? Because it's National Asian Pacific American Month. If you saw the TikTok response I did to the busty Asian metalhead, then you've probably realized that continental lineage is what connects her to this stuff. My project centers on this trash heap, which I have divided into 5 sections, loosely based on the categories they established.
Who's they?
As such, today's video includes the goofy beginning question and the first category, media. So sit back and relax as we travel down memory lane with one of the many reasons why normal people despise SJWs.
Why do you think every Asian person is Chinese? That's like me saying to like a white person, hey, you're English.
I am English.
It is most likely due to how many Chinese people there are on the planet, as well as the fact that many major cities have a Chinatown as opposed to a Koreatown. Hell, even a small American town with a population of 5,000 is far more likely to have a Chinese restaurant than a restaurant of any other Asian heritage. That's just how it is.
Why do you think a film or TV show is diverse just because there are 1 or 2 black people in it?
I don't think that at all. However, for over a decade, the hella weird leftist perverts began swapping traditionally white characters with black people. Well, usually black people, for the sake of diversity. The only difference between now and then is that hella weird has expanded their definition of diverse.
We're here too.
Well, yeah, who else is going to make my General So chicken? Damn, now I'm hungry. Why did I write that joke in my script?
Why are the awkward nerd characters the only roles available for Asians in film? We do a lot of other stuff too.
You know, for a group of stupid, overgrown children who think that hella weird matters, they should be aware that nerds are rarely portrayed by Asians. More often than not, they are white.
How often does one see a beloved fictional character come to life?
Every year at Comic-Con.
And I don't know about y'all, but I usually see more Asian fighters, food workers, eye candies, tech support, and annoying neighbors than anything within the ballpark of the nerd label.
Why are all of you talking about our penises?
It is for the same reason why blacks love talking about white penises. Ego stroking. No, but seriously, this happens nowhere near as often as this try and fail guy wants his audience to believe it does. At least not amongst us males. The females, on the other hand, maybe.
Why do you think Asians can't be the stars of movies? There aren't going to be any Asian celebrities out there to cast if we haven't been given a chance yet.
Nobody thinks that. We have all seen Jackie Chan movies. Plus, in order for the next question to have any merit to it whatsoever, then the question asked 2 rounds ago would have to be a false premise. This type of consistent contradiction, especially when you factor in the next question, is one of many reasons why BuzzFeed deserves to fall flat on its face.
Why do you think watching Korean dramas and K-pop makes you an expert on Korean culture?
Usually, those who are stupid enough to think this way do so because they are young and dumb. They are more likely high schoolers and college-aged adults, which means they think they know everything about everything, even when you prove them wrong on something. I've heard pagans claim that all denominations of Judaism use the Kabbalah. I used to know an atheist who claimed that angels are extraterrestrials because a passage in the Bible mentions angels who were jaded, and she believed that that word means green in appearance. Being an anime fan, I've seen this type of crap for over 20 years. Those guilty of this are often referred to as weeaboos, and sure, I'm probably guilty of it on some level too. One of my best friends from college believed that Japanese tradition states that sakura petals are pink because a tree sucked up the blood of a buried body. It was actually pretty funny when he tried to explain to foreign exchange students from Japan this theory, and they thought he was bonkers. Sorry to burst your bubble, dude, but Korean entertainment is no exception.
Hey! Welcome to Korea!
Like, does me watching Girls make me an expert in white culture? It does.
For those of you who don't know, Girls is a garbage series made by and starring Lena Dunham about women who are in their 20s despite looking like they're all in their 30s and 40s, being a bunch of 304s. So maybe he has a point on this one.
Why do you cast white people to play roles that are meant for Asian people?
Ask the perverts of Hella Weird. I'm not in charge of casting for anything. Maybe they couldn't find one that could act quite right. I don't know, and I don't care. Well, I care enough to point out your blatant hypocrisy. For example, there's most of the Scooby-Doo gang in the Mindy Kaling animated series, Mary Jane Watson in the Tom Holland Spider-Man series, Ariel the Little Mermaid, Albert Wesker from Resident Evil, Shit Brown and the 7 diverse garbage fairies, Sarah from the Last of Us franchise, the entire Addams family in Wednesday, April O'Neil of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The new Romeo and Juliet will have a black Juliet who looks more like a Romeo than Romeo himself. Aquaman! Oh, and speaking of DC IPs, allegedly there is going to be a black Superman soon, and there is already a black Jimmy Olsen in the series My Adventures with Superman. And I'm sure that someone watching this video can think of at least one more example of this garbage.
It's really just a sip of tea at this point.
Zip it, Black Widow.
Now, don't get me wrong, some of these choices I actually don't mind. But if it's fine to replace whites with non-whites just because of diversity fees, then it should be fine the other way as well.
I'm not gonna forget Emma Stone.
Since normal people most likely have no idea what this beta male is complaining about, I use the internet to find the movie he is most likely crying over. It's probably the same one that The Guardian once wrote a wah piece about. Aloha, in which she played a character who was a quarter Chinese, a quarter Hawaiian, and a half Swedish. Personally, I'm more upset that she doesn't look a lick Scandinavian of any sort. Sure, that may be because I'm mostly white myself, but it should also be noted that the character is more white than Asian or Polynesian, so that should be more of a standout. You'd think with what these pansies are crying over, the character would have been 100% Vietnamese instead of a mutt. Well, that's it for this first section. Thank you guys for watching. I'll have the next one coming out here in a few days, probably about Thursday, Friday, something like that. And it covers the topics of culture and language. In the meantime, y'all enjoy this week and never forget that if you abuse alcohol, it will abuse you back.